viewers, this is Shandip Sharkar, son of Mahan Shankara, and again warm greetings and heartiest thanks for listening to me on my Shandip Astrology YouTube channel dedicated to bringing to you all the odds that had remained untold and unheard so far. And today, the topic of astrologization from this guide from the ultimate core of the nemesis is going to be the facts regarding or due to the placement or position of the sixth lord in the eighth house in a particular natal chart. So the first thing that you'll have to understand is that eighth house is the locker in the ultimate core of the nemesis, where products of natives keep on getting stored through cycle of births. And those products get persistence, sustenance and growth in the shape of rewards in the ninth house. And those reward reaches to your perishable bodily existence at the time of your birth in the form of your abilities to add values to certain spheres, that is your skills in the fifth house, the ninth from the ninth house. Now again, your skills will get persistence, sustenance and growth or decay according to your deeds, according to your behavioral reactions to those gift of skills, or according to how you value showing respect to the verdict from the ultimate court of the nemesis, awarding you those gift of skills on the basis of your prarabdha. And your deeds are quite evident in the 10th house. Now friends, again remember, the 10th house is also the house of the recognition. So the recognition of your skills, or of all the hard work put forth for expressing your skills, lies stored in the 10th house from the 10th house, that is the 7th house. Now what is 7th house? 7th house represents this world of Maya, Mother Nature. 7th house represents the illusory representations of situations presented in front of you to let you or make you understand the series of mistakes that you had been committing through cycle of previous births, for rectifying your behavioral reactions and responses towards perfecting your very self. And guys, Isaac Newton understood this very truth many years back and ended up writing that every action bears a direct and opposite reaction. That got recognized as Newton's third law. So here you have to understand that the software of presenting illusory representation of situation in front of you is built in a way that situations react the way you are reacting to them. Situations, in fact, every single stuff on this world of Maya or existing in this Mother Nature has no capacity of self-reacting. I mean to say that they cannot react till they are reacted. And it is because that they are not real. They are surreal and mere reflection of the real. And the real thing is you. So the concept It is also for this reason, that the tough situations or the worst predicament vary from person to person, because they are the lessons to be learnt and everyone does not require the same lesson to be taught. And the concept of surrealism, the concept of metaverse that NASA has been trying to research can easily be interpreted from the seventh house of the universal natal chart of Kalpurusha, and I can do that very easily. Take it for granted. The concept of surrealism, the metaverse, are as simple as you are interpreting this from the seventh house in the natal chart, universal natal chart of the Kalpurusha. So, seventh house is nothing but the mere representation, illusory representation of the situations presented in front of you, and how you should see this world of Maya, how you should behave and react, how you should behave and react, and most importantly, what you should do. And most importantly, what you should do to rectifying your behavioral responses and reactions based on your realization of the mistakes that you had been committing through cycle of births can easily be interpreted from the seventh house and the first house. First house is your very self, and that is also the seventh house from the seventh house. So it will not be any kind of exaggeration to interpret that the recognition of your skills, of all the hard work put forth for expressing your skills, entirely depend on your behavioral reactions and responses towards this world of Maya, especially towards your spouse. It is as simple as this. The way you will react and behave, you will receive in the same way. And this guide from the ultimate court of Nemesis can show you light to knowing what you should do and how towards rectifying your behavioral reactions and responses. And the majesty of Nemesis has ordered me to do this so that you guys do not have to face the wrath of the traffic police. So from this very moment onwards, change your behavioral reaction and responses towards this world of Maya, especially towards your spouse, towards all the women, especially those who are pregnant. Now again, the material gains or the spiritual gains of your karma is interpreted from the 11th house. Your karma, through the term your karma, I mean to refer the efforts towards your skills. And again, 11th house, from the 11th house is the 9th house. So the reward to your skills or the reward to your efforts lie entirely stored in the 9th house, and they will reflect in your existing birth according to your prarabdha. So the reward to your prarabdha shapes into skills in the 5th house in your natal chart, and the material or the spiritual gains from your skills lie stored in the 11th house, that is the 7th from the 5th house. So it can be interpreted in this way, that the material gains of your skills lie entirely dependent on your behavioral reactions and responses towards this world of Maya, especially towards your spouse. It is as simple as this. Now again, 6th house is second from the 5th house, so your skills will get sustenance, persistence and growth or decay in the 6th house. the house reflecting your still strong mentality, your indomitable zeal to fight through anything to winning, because the only mantra for becoming victorious or champion in the Darwinian struggle of existence is to keep on fighting, or your never giving up attitude, your still strong mentality to fighting to win through anything, to set your leafy banners high on your opponents or competitors or your enemies, whatever you may take. But guys, here I would like to bring to your kind notice the ultimate truth. The ultimate truth is that these challenges, this fight or struggles are nothing but mere illusory representations of situations presented to you or in front of you in such a way to teaching you the necessary lessons for rectifying your behavioral responses and reactions towards this world of Maya, or especially towards your spouse, for the purpose of rectifying or perfecting your very self ultimately. Now, sixth house is the house of the challenges, is the house depicting the strength of your enemies or of your competitors, depicting the strength of the diseases you are suffering or you are going to suffer, depicting the amount of the debts you are under or you are going to be under, and the seventh house is second from the sixth. So the persistence, the sustenance, the growth or decay of such things is entirely dependent on your behavioral reactions and responses towards your spouse. It is as simple as this. I think you have got my point. So, in worst scenario, your spouse quite unknowingly will behave in a way to your dislikes, to hitting your temperament, to some extent that you will quite unknowingly show frustration at her. Now, what you will have to do, you'll have to channelize your fighting spirit to calming your very self down and rectify your behavioral responses and reactions towards your spouse, because here you'll have to understand that your spouse is real, but the activities, the responses, the reactions from your spouse are not real. They are surreal and presented to you in such a way to make you aware or let you understand about the mistakes regarding your behavioral responses and reaction towards your spouse that you had been doing through cycle of previous births, for the purpose of rectifying your behavioral responses and reactions towards your spouse from the super kind nemesis. And the super kind nemesis will keep on providing you with such kind of second chances time and time again from births after births till you understand that and rectify your behavioral responses accordingly. Now guys, what you will have to do, you will have to cut or remove the black curtain persistent before your eyeball. You will have to see the reality through the illusory representations, because you cannot break the boundaries created in your subconscious mind out of the illusory representation of situations. You will have to rectify your behavioral responses and reactions towards your spouse, and your romantic behavioral responses and reactions towards your spouse, spreading an ambience of love, giving an ear of protection of love towards your spouse, will evaporate all your challenges, all your debts, all your diseases from your road like mists quite magically. It simply is like cutting illusion with illusion. So guys, do understand that only rectification brought into your behavioral responses and reactions to your spouse can do wonders only, not $100 or $1,000 spent for gemstones. And it is also for this reason you will find the 7th house, the 11th house being the 7th from the 5th or 5th from the 7th in the universal natal chart of the Kalpurusha. Now let's come to the point of the topic of astrologization, that is the placement of the 6th lord in 8th house. So such planetary position clearly indicates that your diseases, your challenges, your hindrances, your debts, your financial losses can easily be evaporated from your road to achieving the ultimate height of accomplishment by rectifying your behavioral responses and reactions towards the family of your in-laws. You will have to rectify your behavioral responses towards the illusory representation of situations hitting your temperament coming from the members of the family of your in-laws. The only thing that you will have to do is to calm yourself down and rectify your behavioral responses towards the family of your in-laws, and thus giving the due recognition to your spouse. Now guys, 6th house, what you'll have to do, this is the best remedy that you can ever have, and it will cost you nothing. Simply just marry or get married in castes lower, in fact very lower than you in the society from every aspect: education, culture, financial condition, everything. Do that, and it is quite obvious that you will have to fight against the norms of the society. So be brave and courageous to do that, and towards fighting for the recognition towards your love, turning the relationship of love into marriage, going against the norms of the society. Again guys, you'll have to understand that 8th house is third from the 6th, so the conflict with your siblings regarding the family of your in-laws and your spouse is a must. Here what you'll have to do, you'll have to show your bravery, your courage, your fighting spirit to fight even against your family, against your siblings, for the respect of the family of your in-laws, for the due recognition of your spouse. Whatever it may take, just simply do that. The higher you will make rise, the higher you will rise your spouse, the smoother the road will become in terms of winning in the Darwin struggle of existence. Destiny is asking you to do that, so that Mother Earth can offer you, can bless you with all the material abundance that she has in store for all of her children. And by doing this, just simply believe me, and by doing this, you will shine even in the time period of Saraswati. Because during that period of Saraswati, the traffic police will come to you to tell you to do that only. Again, guys, just understand this fact that 8th house, that the 10th house from the 8th house is the 5th house. So use all your intelligence, education and skills towards self-expressing yourself in the realm of the occult, in the study of the history or in research. Use your still strong mentality and adopt never giving up attitude to succeeding in those realms. And believe me, guys, that your deeds leading to gaining spontaneous support from your spouse and your courage for fighting for the due recognition of your spouse will provide you with the required support and courage from Mother Nature towards becoming victorious in the Darwinian struggle of existence. It is as simple as this. I think this video will enrich your insight into your better living and really things happen in this way. And Nemesis has sent me from the ultimate core of justice to spread this message so that traffic police won't have to reach to you in the time period of Saraswati. You don't have to face the wrath of the traffic police. And one day I will of course take you to the ultimate court of the Nemesis, endowed with the presence of gods, passing their well-venerated judgment on a particular trial. Promise, I will take you to that court of the Nemesis. Guys, here you will have to understand that the software used for presenting the illusory representations in the name of situations in front of you are built in a way that situations don't have the capacity of reacting, of self-reacting. They cannot react till they are reacted. So it is also considered as realism and metaverse, as I have told you earlier, and this can really be interpreted from the perfect analysis of the 7,000. This guide can do that very easily. So don't go or run after securing gemstones or whatever at the cost of $1,000 or $100. Just simply follow the advice of changing your behavioral responses and reactions towards your spouse, towards this world of Maya, towards this Mother Nature, and especially towards the women, especially those who are pregnant, who are about to become mothers. This will do wonders magically. So if this video has been of any kind of help to you, enriching your insight into better living, just do hit the subscribe button, giving me thousands and thousands of likes if I deserve that. And again, thank you, Ma and Vulishankara, for enabling me to spread this message to you, and warm greetings and heartiest thanks for all of my listeners. And till I come to you with another interesting video full of information for better living, stay happy and stay blessed. Thank you.